are 12 financial pitfalls you must avoid in 2022. What's up, awesome people? Welcome back. This is Finance Boss. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Today, let's talk about the financial mistakes we must avoid. Without further ado, let's start. Number 1. You're not negotiating your salary when starting a job. Yeah, I said it. Most of you guys aren't willing to negotiate your salaries, mainly because you think you're going to come off as aggressive and fail to get the job. I'd like to remind you that firstly, you have nothing to lose if they don't take you up for the position because you already didn't have a job and are looking for one. Or you still have a job and you're just exploring other opportunities. Secondly, you need to set the tone of your relationship with your employer from the get-go. Number 2, you don't have a detailed idea of your spending. There's a popular saying that goes like, you can't manage what you don't measure. I stand by this saying because how do you begin to estimate how much you're spending if you don't track your spending? You have no idea if you're overspending, underpaying, or right on track. The smartest and most successful people amongst us work with budgets. And I don't mean simple rough draft budgets. No, it's about detailed budgeting where every bill or expense has a price attached to it. They can account for all the money they made within the last 3 years without even blinking. Number 3, you're not making money in your free time. Considering most of our jobs are very hectic most of the time, we just want to nap or waste our free time doing useless things. We play video games with friends or go out clubbing on weekends, even sometimes immediately after work. What many of us don't realize is that we're wasting our precious time. The time we could have been spending making ourselves some extra bucks. If you want to be successful, you have to detach yourself from this money mistake. Take up a hobby in your free time and find a way for it to make you some money. You could pet sit, bake cakes, or even cater at events. You could earn some extra cash, but only if you're willing to better yourself. How about starting a business out of your part-time hustle? Here's an idea. Doesn't a bakery uptown with your name on it sound great? Then what's holding you back? Number 4, excessive spending. We all live by the slogan, YOLO, which unfortunately has us making very unwise decisions. We're all wired to think that we earn to spend. Thus often, you'll find yourself spending beyond your budget because who doesn't deserve a first-class dinner because the week was hectic? Well, that's not such a great idea as it only takes money out of your pocket. You need to understand that money has 4 jobs. Number 1, to be invested. Number 2, to be saved. Number 3, to be spent. And number 4, to be donated. Your spending on one of these factors only is a clear indication of a lack of financial literacy. Number 5, panic selling investments. This point is for those of you who are little further along in the financial discovery journey. They've taken up some investments such as buying stocks. Truly, with such a great step, 2020 brought with it a great shock. A pandemic that shattered economic growth and saw almost every portfolio drop by 30%. It was such a great loss that led to many waves of panic selling shares in a single week. Number 6, not having an emergency fund. Money management has remained the biggest concern for many who are keen on their spending. Suppose you're hoping to spend your cash wisely. In that case, you should consider having an emergency fund that caters to time-sensitive abrupt expenses. Right now, in case you fall sick, can you afford the cost of seeking medication? Or maybe, are you covered by a health insurance policy? If you don't have either, please know that you're trading on a rather dangerous path. Number 7, buying everything on credit. Credit cards are the thing we love to hate. And why wouldn't we if they have been able to make life easier and harder at the same time? Easier because we can get some items we can't afford and pay for them later, at the cost of some interest though. However, it makes life harder because so many of us have managed to mismanage our credits, leaving us deep in debt. Number 8, not having a credit monitoring alert set up. Financially speaking, there are forms of good credit and others bad that may sink you in debt for life. To add salt to the injury, identity theft and other fraudulent activities have become more common today, with numerous hackers on the loose. To keep yourself safe from servicing credits you have no clue about, you should set up a monitoring alert setup together with protection theft identity services. Number 9, lending money to friends. This money mistake is common among 20-year-olds, but don't worry. The good thing is that you'll grow out of it as you get older and learn better. Refrain from the idea of wanting to be liked by your friends, so you'll lend them money. It will leave you begging people for your money, depressed, and with broken relationships, especially when you're trying to make ends meet for yourself. You'll constantly be looking at them spending money on holidays and new clothes, while you think how they would have used that money to pay you back instead. Save yourself the heartache and clutch tightly to your purse, especially before you're financially stable enough to say goodbye to your money without crying. Number 10. Having unrealistic goals. When we were younger, we wanted to be princesses and princes. We had no idea how people became these things, nor did we care to know. But we're grown now, and we can't live in our deluded fantasies. That's why each of us needs to aim at an imaginable profit, drafting a clear picture of where we want to be in the next 10 years, and a very clear and flexible roadmap of how to get there. You need to have a financial plan if you want to have that mansion, a red BMW dream of yours, turned into a reality. You could even be creative and use a vision board. This will make you super motivated to achieve all the goals you've set for yourself. Number 11. Allowing the lifestyle creep to occur on you. If you've been broke before, you understand the entitlement that comes when earning those extra dollars, don't you? There's that feeling when you have money that you work so hard to acquire and come across something you couldn't afford before. Rather than spending on expensive things you don't need, why not invest in short-term goals that would regenerate your wealth? I'm sorry if I offended you, but as long as you don't have a financial plan, you will still end up drowning in the same money crisis as everyone before you. I know scribbling down a plan might sound boring enough, but this will save you from many financial mistakes you wouldn't have been able to avoid had you not had a plan. Number 12. Not taking out insurance. If you're like me and you dreaded picking up your iPhone after dropping it for the 100th time, then this is for you. Take out insurance for your phone, TV, health, and student insurance. It's usually only a small amount that will help you float amid a shipwreck. And the best example of this is the onset of the coronavirus. Many people were affected because they didn't have the money for their medical needs. It's been a devastating 2 years for employers, employees, and business owners all being affected. Imagine the type of umbrella those who took insurance for their businesses had during this time. Be wise and enjoy some of the free insurance companies offer their clients. In summary, all of these financial pitfalls are very important. Avoid it as much as you can. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel so you can watch more video from us. This is Finance Boss. Thank you for watching. Bye!